Hello, everybody. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Let's get another message to see what it is that y'all need to hear at the moment. As always, take what resonates and discard the motherfucking rest. So, let's see what's happening. Spirit wanted me to come on and do a little bit of a fun one. So, we're going to see how people are perceiving you at this time, at this current moment. And yeah, let's get started and see how are people viewing you right now? How are people perceiving you? We have the North Node. Ooh, fancy. Ooh, and the 12th house and Virgo, Gemini energy. So Virgo and Gemini are both mercurial energy. So there's something here about your intellectual talent, okay? People are viewing you and perceiving you as a very, very smart cookie. I like it. Very intelligent, very master manifester type energy. You have this mystery to you with that 12th house. People can't pinpoint you. There's this underlining what are you type energy. They're really trying to figure you out, but they can't figure you out. So people are perceiving you as a great mystery that needs to be solved. Very intelligent individual, North Node. You feel, people feel like you have been elevating in your life currently and expanding with the Jupiter and the Sun. Yeah, you have this big expansion going on in your life right now, and people are perceiving you to be extremely good at manifesting or being able to get what it is that you want, okay? People are also perceiving you to be very intellectual, dreamy. 12th house, we think of Pisces. People could also be using you as an escape or daydreaming about you a lot. So yeah, let's see. How are people perceiving you at the moment? Oh, we have an illusion. So the ancestor of illusion and guidance. Okay, so people could be perceiving you in a little bit of a, see, that's also that 12th house energy. People are perceiving you currently at the level that they see themselves, which could be an elusive or an illusionary type energy. So we can only understand another at the depths that we have understood ourselves, right? So people, there's an illusion going on here a little bit too, where they have mixed perceptions of you or an illusionary perception of you because of the depth that they met themselves at. We're going to get a little bit more into that, but we're going to see. Let's see. How are people perceiving the collective at the moment, or that you're just an illusion, like you're a mirage, okay? Something like that's coming through. So we have the ancestor of hope and the journey. You, people are perceiving you as a very hopeful person, or that you give them hope in a sense. Maybe perhaps to even see through these illusions. Now, yeah, that gazelle. There's like a little gazelle on here, but it kind of, I don't know why I got sets energy. So like chaos energy. Okay. Let's see. Let's get a little bit more. How are people perceiving the collective? We have the companion. Okay. So, and wisdom. So people, there's that Gemini, there's that mercurial energy with Gemini and Virgo. People are definitely perceiving you to be a very wise soul, very intelligent, very wise. People could even be getting caught up in their own illusions. Remember, I said there's a fantasy, there's a mystery to you. So people could be perceiving you in a very fantastical way, where they are making up stories or fantasies in their heads about you and them, and, you know, maybe this companionship or a desire to be in a companionship with you. You're very desirable with the Sun, Jupiter, and the North Node. I feel like you teach people a lot of life lessons, or you're very good at guiding people through illusions, okay? I want to kind of see, we have beginnings here too, so people might perceive you to be a person who cannot be tied down, and you're always going through the new, or you're always creating something new or doing something new. Yeah, we have the spirit of challenge and illusion. So you challenge people's personal belief systems. We have healing here. So you trigger people into a healing modality where you get people to look deeper within themselves, right? So like I said with the illusion, people could be seeing you in a very mysterious or illusionary aspect because they have only met themselves at that type of level. So they are only being able to see you or to perceive you at said level because they have not gotten or gone deeper within themselves. Okay, so there is a little bit of a smoke and mirrors type energy here where people are getting you a little bit confused. People might even be projecting their own illusions or falsicities, like false narratives onto you. Okay. And since I have 2 for each one, I'm going to get, okay, so that just came out. We have hope and path. All right, so you are being perceived. Now this, to me, is people that are on a little bit of a deeper knowledge within themselves. You give people hope for the direction that they're taking in life and for their path that they're taking in life because they perceive you to be somebody who holds a lot of wisdom. So we do have a mixed bag here. We have people that are projecting illusions onto you due to you triggering them into some sort of healing because they have not quite met themselves at the level, the same level that maybe you truly are as a human or as a person or as a soul, and it's triggering some sort of healing within them. And then we have the other people who are very inspired by you and you give hope to them. So, what is this challenge and illusion? What's going on here with the challenge and illusion? How do people perceive the collective? Okay, so we have the Chariot. That's movement forward. And the Ten of Swords. Okay. We also had guidance with this illusion here and the Chariot. So the Chariot signifies strong willpower or movement, bravery, and courage to be able to overcome obstacles. People perceive you to be a person who can overcome any obstacle or any illusion that people have placed upon you or in your path, which is therefore inspiring some sort of healing energy. So you have people who are also watching you overcome challenges and tribulations and trials through other people's projections onto you. These are people that have not gone deep within themselves, so they see you at their level. You have other people who are watching this happen, and you inspire them to keep moving forward through the challenges. So you're almost being perceived as not only a trigger moment within certain dynamics and certain people, but you're also being perceived as a way shower or someone who gives hope to or shows people, the way shower, shows people how to overcome certain challenges within certain energetic frequencies and certain perceptions of people. Okay? So the path and hope. How do people perceive the collective here? We have the Devil. Okay. So again, with the toxicities. Okay. This is also restrictions, constraints. We do have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So this could even be ancestral patterns. You give hope to people who are trying to break ancestral patterns or who are trying to integrate or break through toxic cycles or toxic addictions. That illusion and challenge with the Devil here in hope and path. I feel like you are somebody who is an underdog who has gone through a lot of people not really... There's a big misunderstanding. With that 12th house too, I find the energy here feels like a lot of people just misunderstand you. They misjudge you incorrectly. They misunderstand you because I feel, collective, that you are a deep person with a deep soul. You have gone into the depths of your own soul. So I feel there's a lot of people that have been around you who have perceived you to be who they are. Okay, because they have not quite met themselves at the depth that you have met yourself. So there's a lot of egoic and shadowy type perceptions being thrown on you. And you have greatly overcome this challenge of people constantly or consistently not being able to understand you or perceive you correctly. The Wisdom and the Companion. What's going on? How do people perceive the collective right now? Here we go. We have the Strength card and the Fool card. So People perceive you to be very wise of who you associate yourself with, which then goes to show this whole energy of you having to overcome a lot of shallow perceptions of you, shallow illusions that have been placed upon you. We have people that are also watching you overcome this. Like, you are very, also the strength in the chariot, where we were talking about bravery and courage. So people perceive you to be very wise because you are somebody who, you really watch who you give and what you give your energy to. Okay? So the negative part of this and how people can perceive you is that on the negative side, you could be cutting people off. You could be not wanting to associate with people because they are committed to misunderstanding you or misjudging you. Therefore, you do not associate, or you put up some sort of boundaries, which is very triggering for them. On the other side of this, you have people who are at the same level as you or have met themselves at the same depth as you, looking at you and perceiving you to be someone who is extremely strong and extremely capable of being misunderstood or misjudged, okay, but still deciding to carry on and stay in your light anyways. So there's two groups here. There's the negative, more shallow projections of other people, and then there is the I understand what this person is going through, and that takes a lot of courage, bravery, strength, and willpower. So there are two perceptions. There's the illusionary perception, and then there is the I understand why it is that you're doing what you're doing, and I can see what you're doing perception. And for those people that are pretty much your soul tribe, because the people that understand you at that depth are the people that are supposed to be in your life. I feel like they are the ones that you are breathing hope into for this devil and the courage and the bravery to conquer the restrictions or the restraints that people have placed upon you with their misjudged or misunderstood perceptions of you. Okay, so let's get a little bit more into it and see what's going on. How do people perceive? So God is creating the want to do it, okay? And we have candle magic here, okay? So people are perceiving you to be, well-versed in the occult. People also perceive you to be someone who really follows because with the 12th house too and the mercurial energy, you follow God's plan for you, which could also trigger a lot of people. We have projection. Yes, we knew that. Not running away, starting to address shit now. So people perceive you as somebody who can really address toxicity. Okay, that can really address the negative projections and perceptions of other people. Especially when you know they're not true, you kind of address this, which gives people a lot of hope and faith in their ability to be able to do this themselves, okay? We have be proud of yourself. So people perceive you to be someone who is very proud of yourself, okay? We have in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. So people can perceive you to be as someone, again, very selective and wise in what you place your energy in and who you place your energy in. So God is creating the want to do it. How are people perceiving you? People are perceiving you to be someone who is very close to the divine. They're perceiving you to be a person of who looks at their challenges and God is creating the want to do it. That there's a greater power at play when it comes to the decisions that you make in your life. So people are perceiving this about you as well. The creating the want to do it. Now, this is the people that are looking on the outside and seeing. These are the people that have met you at the depth that you have met yourself, okay? People can see the toxicity and the misunderstanding and the projections of other people and the illusions that people try and place upon you. But God creates the want to do it in whatever boundaries that you make or moves that you make or moves that you don't make. People perceive you to be as somebody that, you know, has a lot of divine power in their life and their decision making at the moment. How are people perceiving the collective? So the Seven of Cups, this is all about choices. This is also the illusions and the lies. See, there we go. So we have the Seven of Cups, which is that 12th house dreamy energy. It's Piscean energy. It is fantasies, illusions, escapism, smoke and mirrors. We also have the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So I feel people perceive you to be somebody who will stand up for themselves, do what's right in situations. Seven of Cups, that's the illusion. See, illusion, challenge. God is creating the want to do it. So people are perceiving you at the moment where they perceive that God is literally putting certain challenges in your life at the moment to get you to move a certain way or to do a certain thing or to create the path, the way shower type energy for other people in order to navigate similar energies. This is how people are perceiving you. People perceive you to have more challenges or different challenges than most people. Okay? People perceive you to be somebody who often gets projected on, or, you know, gets lied to, or manipulated in a way, or they try to manipulate. People perceive you to be somebody who has an in excess of this type of energy directed at you. Candle magic. So people perceive you to be very occulty, witchy, very intelligent. There is that Ten of Pentacles. So people perceive you to be very intelligent. There's that Gemini, Virgo, Mercurial energy. The King of Swords is someone who's very stoic, intelligent, wise, makes good decisions, very logical, thinks things through. People perceive you to be this way. With the Ten of Pentacles, you are somebody who's got a solid and firm foundation in your mental space. So people perceive you to be very smart, cunning almost. People also perceive you to be very well versed in the occult, okay, or just magic and manifestation. Because Mercury and Gemini energy with that, I'm just laughing because, like, some of you guys could stutter. So people perceive you to be a good speaker, or that you've overcome some sort of speech impediment. I don't know why that came through, but it came through. So that's how people are perceiving you as well. But anyways, with this candle magic and the Ten of Pentacles with the King of Swords, people perceive you to be somebody who's well versed in spirituality or manifestation. With that North Node as well, you seem to always get what you want. This is how people are perceiving you. Okay, very intelligent. Like, you know certain things. You have certain wisdom within certain dynamics, okay? You're just a very powerful master manifester. Yeah, we have the Devil there too. So you give hope to people's past. Also, with that Devil and the Ten of Pentacles, because it's coming out again as I'm talking about this, people might perceive you to be somebody who maybe is on the left-hand path, or you work with certain deities and energies that maybe people would there's that projection again, project something a little bit more negative. This is only because they haven't met themselves at the depth that you probably have met yourself at. So there's where those illusions and projections come in, where people perceive you to be someone who's cunning and maybe even working with darker energies, or doing things that they perceive that you should not be doing. Again, with the goddess creating the want to do it, you break through. People perceive you to be somebody who breaks through other people's illusions that have been casted upon you. Okay? Also, you are somebody that people perceive you to be as somebody who has mastered the materialistic world. Okay? You being a master manifester, people definitely perceive you as somebody who has mastered this 3D realm. Okay, because the Devil doesn't always have to be bad. So I feel like you're giving hope for people who also want to master this 3D reality. Be proud of yourself. People perceive you to be someone who you feel like you're very proud of yourself. Yeah, we have wisdom here. Okay, Eight of Pentacles, and here's the Magician. So there we go with that Virgo, Gemini energy. People perceive you to be someone who is very wise. Okay, Wisdom and the Hermit. They feel... People also are perceiving you. They are very proud of you as well for being able to, with the Strength and the Chariot, move forward. You have a strong willpower. You're very intellectual. You're very selective in what you pay attention to or what you throw your energy in. I feel like you have mastered some sort of thing, or this could even be you have mastered an aspect of your craft. People perceive you to be a master in whatever it is that you do for manifestation. You are a master manifester. You are someone who's extremely wise. You have knowledge that people would like to dissect and pick apart. You are also perceived as a very hard worker. Okay? People are proud of you, and people can perceive you to be someone who is also proud of themselves because of the poise that you and the grace that you carry yourself in. So not running away and starting to address shit now. Also, the Hermit card, he's in the dark, right? He's got a lantern, but he's in the dark. The Hermit is someone who has gone through the darkness. So people perceive you to be someone who has conquered a lot of darkness and a lot of challenges and a lot of illusions in your life. Not running away, starting to address shit. Here we have Temperance, okay? So you are addressing, there's that healing energy, okay? We have healing here with the challenge of illusions. So you are challenging people's illusions that are being placed upon you and projected onto you. You are not running away from it. You are challenging it. And you are proving people wrong. So people are perceiving you to be someone who is proving and challenging these illusionary projections that are being placed upon you, especially with the God is creating the want to do it. So people perceive you to be somebody who's got God on their side, okay, who has a lot of spiritual power or high rank. People perceive you to be somebody who will address these negative illusions or the challenges of people misunderstanding or misconstruing where you are coming from. You will address these challenges. It can be very triggering, but also very healing. So by you addressing these false narratives and these false illusions being projected onto you, you're creating a lot of healing in the collective as a whole, okay, or just around people in general. Yeah. Okay, you are somebody, people are perceiving you as a very loving person, especially those who feel like, see, Five of Swords and Five of Pentacles. These are people who have not met themselves at the same level or the same depth that you have met yourself. So this can be a very triggering experience for people who really just misunderstand where you're coming from, because they do not have the life experience or the capacity to know what you're talking about. So they, instead of trying to understand something, they will project something negative onto you, and you will not stand for that. And because you're not standing for that and you're addressing it, it is putting these people who are projecting a negative or false narrative on you, it is putting these people in a very triggering experience. But people perceive you to be someone who still meets them with this Ace of Cups, with love, with genuine kindness. We have projection, Seven of Swords. There's that Seven of Swords and Three of Swords. So God is creating the want to do it. So these are those false projections and false narratives being placed upon you. Be proud of yourself. We also have the Ten of Pentacles with this candle magic projection. This is giving that illusionary narrative about the candle magic and the like, just false narratives or false projections being placed upon you that you're starting to address. God's really creating the want to do it by really showcasing people's false narratives on you. I feel like people perceive you to be someone who has a lot of people who misunderstand them. Projections. That's that Seven of Swords energy. That's also a strategic energy. Okay, God is creating the wand to do it. See, we have the Ace of Wand. We have the Ace of Wands. So this is a creative thing. We also have the Judgment and the Nine of Cups. So this Nine of Cups is all about wishes being fulfilled. Also, it can be a card of indulgence. Okay, with Judgment is like a spiritual awakening. I feel that you cause people, like you give them a rude awakening. Okay, people who indulge in the judgments of others, or indulge in the judgment of you. Hold on. Yeah. Alarms, okay? So I feel people perceive you to be somebody who does not take other people's judgments personally. I feel that people perceive you to be somebody who, again, always gets what they want. So I'm actually going to see what these projections are, because it's been coming up a lot. Major attraction. Okay, strong, muscular. So this is a major and a strong attraction projection. We have the Ace of Wands too, and we have companionship with wisdom and strength. Again, with that narrative of people projecting a fantasy on you. So I feel like a lot of people can perceive you to be somebody who you would get as like a soulmate, or people perceive you to be a wish fulfillment or a soulmate or a companion or things like this. But I feel like you address these false projections. I feel like a lot of people project you to you or as you as like a wish fulfillment here. Ten of Swords, Page of Cups though. Major attraction, strong attraction. It's giving Master Manifester vibes. Strong attraction with what though? How do people perceive you with this projection? Keys on a ring. So don't try and fix others. Heal yourself to attract the best partner. People pleasing and trusting the process. Okay, so heal yourself to attract the best partner. Major attraction. So people perceive you to be somebody who is healing themselves to attract the best possible partner. Many options. So people perceive you to be somebody with many options, many romantic options. People perceive you to be somebody who is very wise. You don't go chasing after anybody. Again, with that, you know where and what to put your energy into. So people perceive you to be somebody who is healing so that you can attract your soul tribe or attract the best possible partner for you. Okay? So in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter. These are those projections God is creating to want to do it. These illusions that people place upon you, these challenges, these misunderstandings. In the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter. There's where that stoic King of Swords is coming through. So people perceive you to be as very stoic, very nonchalant, very I don't give a fuck, very I'm focused on myself, I'm focused on my manifestations, I'm not focused on what somebody thinks of me, because I realize and recognize that somebody can only understand me at the depth that they have met themselves at. So you don't waste your time with the fuck shit, let me just say, okay? So in the grand scheme of things, it really does not matter. These lies, these projections, these illusions, yeah, here. What you put in is what you get. This is why people perceive you to be somebody who is very wise with where and what you put your energy into. Six of Pentacles is a give and take type energy. In the grand scheme of things, it really does not matter. What you give is what you get. So people perceive you to be somebody who is extremely wise and well-versed and intelligent with your own spiritual development, your path, your healing journey. People perceive you to be somebody who is very focused on all the right things, okay? But there's other people who perceive you to be an illusion, or there's a mystery, or there has to be something hidden about you. There has to be something going wrong with you. This is only because they are seeing in you what they see in themselves. See, I feel that you are a cosmic mirror. So people's perceptions of you can be very distorted. It all depends on how they see themselves and what they see in themselves. Okay? So, collective, that was your reading on how people perceive you at this moment in time. If that resonated with you, please hit up that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the motherfucking Vibe Tribe. And I'll see you guys down below in the comment section with your motherfucking dollar signs. Bye, babes.